Sports food. Sports nutrition is a special type of nutrition that is formulated in terms of improving both the training and athletic performance of athletes depending on the type of sport they practice. Whether they're walking, Pilates, fitness, or running a marathon. No matter what type of sport they play, they must be fed healthily in order to protect the health of the athletes, increase their endurance, improve their concentration and attention skills, and make the most of the sport. How should athletes be fed? Athletes perform positively when they do the right training and eat healthy food with an appropriate lifestyle. Among the factors affecting the diet of people, the state of people's physical activity is also important. The type, duration, and frequency of exercise also influence the diet and nutritional needs of those with an active sports life. Athletes give importance to fluids, the types of macronutrients, and the amounts and times they need to be fed. In addition, they specify how and in what proportion vitamins, minerals, and supplements should be used. Energy and nutritional needs vary by age, gender, weight, height, field, and frequency of exercise. No matter what sport is practiced, it is essential to have a nutrition program according to the type of sport. Why is diet important for athletes? Nutritional needs are determined by the athlete's age, physical abilities, level of competition in the field in which they are playing, environment, duration of competition, time spent during matches, and many other factors. Whatever type of sport, they perform better in that sport or activity. It prevents them from getting injured, they have more focus. They feel less tired after training. Sports and nutrition. It provides energy, balance, body weight management, and ensures that the body maintains its functions in the most appropriate manner. They can be more active if they get enough energy from food, and they can maintain their muscle mass if enough protein is eaten. Appropriate weight and energy needs of athletes. Athletes' weight affects their body fat percentage, lean tissue level, fluid mass, success in the athletic section, speed, strength, and endurance. It is not correct to consider only the weight of the athletes. The level of body fat and muscle mass should also be measured and included in the assessment. Increased energy requirements during exercise. Athletes need more energy and nutrients. The need for energy increases depending on the intensity and duration of the activity. The intensity, duration, and form of exercise directly affect nutritional needs. An athlete's nutrition should include the required energy and adequate fluid intake. The body consumes more calories during exercise than it consumes at rest. For this reason, the energy and nutrient requirements of an athlete are higher. Usually the diet of athletes. It should be rich in carbohydrates, normal in protein value, and slightly lower than usual in fat content. Since fluid loss in athletes is higher than in normal people, the amount of water intake should be increased. Calorie needs are different for all athletes. Important nutritional supplement for athletes. Carbohydrates. They are indispensable nutrients in diets and the main source of energy for the cause. It is the most important component of the athlete's diet in the scope of sports nutrition. Complex carbohydrates such as pasta, rice, bread, legumes, and vegetables should definitely be included in the nutrition programs of athletes. Carbohydrates are stored in the muscles and liver in the form of glycogen. Glycogens are quick energy sources for muscle activities. During exercise, the glycogen stored in the muscles is used up. With a high-carb diet, athletes can increase their glycogen stores by 1 to 2 times. Adequate glycogen stores for athletes also increase their endurance. Muscles typically store enough glycogen for 60 to 90 minutes of exercise, and carbohydrates are consumed and these stores are replenished as needed between exercises. With insufficient consumption of carbohydrates, muscles get tired and performance is adversely affected. Excessive deficiency or depletion of athletes' glycogen stores can cause chronic fatigue. For this reason, carbohydrate sources make up the majority of available daily energy. Athletes should get 60 to 70% of their daily energy from foods that contain carbohydrates. In sports that require endurance, this value can reach 75%. Within the scope of sports nutrition, the rate of carbohydrates to be consumed can also be calculated according to body weight. Depending on the duration and intensity of the exercise, it is appropriate to eat 5 to 10 grams per kilogram of carbohydrates per day. Carbohydrate-rich foods and drinks should be consumed before, during and after exercise. Proteins. The most important task of protein for those who exercise: muscle building and repair. Protein requirements can be met by animal foods such as milk and dairy products, fish, meat, eggs, chicken, and legumes. The protein requirements of exercises and high-level athletes are about 1 to 2 times higher than in inactive individuals. 10 to 15% of your daily calories should be provided by protein. According to body weights, the recommended amount for endurance athletes is 1.0 to 1.5 grams per kilogram per day, and the recommended amount for strength athletes is 1.5 to 1.8 grams per kilogram. The amount of protein needed by athletes in the sports nutrition range varies by gender, condition level, type of exercise, body weight, total daily energy needs, and carbohydrate consumption. During exercise, especially when the storage of carbohydrates is excessively low, protein is used as an energy source, which is very important for athletes due to their duties. Protein that takes up more than the body needs is used as energy and stored as fat. Consuming too much protein causes calcium to be lost from the body with fluids and urine. Oils. They are the main energy source for the body. In order for the fat-soluble vitamins D, E and K to be taken into the body and to avoid digestive problems, it is necessary to eat foods that contain fatty sources in the body. As a requirement for sports nutrition, 20 to 27% of the daily energy rate should be provided by fat. Performance can be negatively affected due to lower carbohydrate intake as well as increased fat consumption. However, it has also been reported in studies that consuming less than 20% fat negatively affects performance and blood lipids. Vitamins and minerals. A diet consisting of a variety of foods that meets the increased energy needs of athletes also provides adequate vitamins and minerals. B vitamins, especially in athletes. B vitamins such as niacin, riboflavin, thiamine and biotin support energy formation during exercise. Folic acid and vitamin B12 are essential for protein synthesis and tissue building and repair. In sports nutrition studies, it has been shown that eating a lot of protein has no effect on increasing exercise performance. Metals also have a very important role in performance. When the intensity of exercise increases, the body's stores of calcium, potassium, sodium and iron are affected. Mineral resources are effective in nerve transmission, muscle contraction and oxygen transport for athletes. One of the most important minerals for athletes is calcium and iron. Calcium acts in blood clotting, nerve communication, and heartbeat control. Cheese, yogurt, milk, oilseeds, legumes, and green vegetables are among the foods rich in calcium. Iron metal, on the other hand, is responsible for transporting oxygen to the muscles. Oxygen is essential during energy production. If there is a deficiency of the mineral iron in the blood, athletes can tire quickly. Therefore, the mineral iron is very important for sports nutrition. Liver, green leafy vegetables, molasses, dried fruits and legumes are foods that contain iron. Liquid. Another important issue in sports nutrition is fluid consumption. During exercise, fluid consumption should never be neglected. Depending on the amount of muscle in the body, 50 to 70% of the weight is water. It has been determined that the performance of athletes who maintain fluid balance in the body during exercise is higher. The loss of water from the body can reduce the performance of athletes. In order to ensure good hydration, individual fluid requirements must be known. In order to maintain fluid balance in the body, athletes should take 2 to 3 450 to 650 milliliters of fluid before exercise. It is recommended to drink 160 to 360 milliliters of water at the beginning of your workout and then every 10 to 20 minutes. Recommended sports drinks should contain 5 to 8% carbohydrates, and these drinks should be consumed during exercise longer than an hour. The rate of fluid loss through perspiration is higher than in normal individuals. In order to make up for lost water, it must be determined which drinks will be used well and in what proportion as a requirement for sports nutrition.